Hello everyone, this is Ninja Girl Sakura1 here, back with another Legend of Korra episode review. And today's episode was, of course, episode 9 of book 4, Beyond the Wilds. And this episode was very, very interesting and quite meaningful as far as Korra's character goes. The episode begins with Ryu. If you guys remember him from book 3, he was one of the airbenders that he was the airbender that was living in his parents' basement, and he didn't want to even bother going to the air temple, and Korra nearly hit him in the face. Yeah, he's at Republic City giving tours of the Spirit Wilds now. And these tour people, they were so irritating. It was ridiculous, and Ryu's parents are there saying how proud they are that their son has finally found a job and a purpose, basically, other than sitting in their basement. And then all of a sudden, one of the spirit vines starts moving. And this one tour guy, a photographer or something, I guess, he actually goes and pokes it with a stick, which is so stupid. But yeah, they end up being attacked by the spirit vines, and we don't know what happened to them. The scene then changes to Korra playing with Naga at Tenzin's house, and then Jinora arrives and says that she senses something is wrong in the Spirit Wilds. So Korra then uses Toph's trick to see what the heck could be going on, and she sees a vision of what Kuvira is doing at the swamp, cutting down the vines there. Knowing this now, she wants to go and tell all of the world leaders, Raiko in particular, because he's president of Republic City, of course. But when they get there, when Korra gets there, I should say, she sees that they're already having a meeting about what to do about Kuvira, and she's kind of upset that they didn't even bother inviting her. And we also see Zuko's daughter, Azumi, who is really awesome. And of course, Wu is still flirting with Korra. And Korra just feels that everyone has kind of lost faith in her to not even be invited to an important meeting like that. And then, in the middle of the conversation, Bolin and Varric finally get home. And that's when they are able to tell everyone that Kuvira is making a spirit weapon. And being Korra saw the vision earlier, she already knows it has something to do with the vines. So, yeah. Azumi then actually speaks and says that she does not want to involve her nation in another unprovoked war. So she's definitely learned something from what Sozin be her great-great-great-grandfather? I don't even know. Or, I should say her grandfather Ozai. She learned that she shouldn't do that. So she is a very nice person and a cool leader, and she will not involve her nation in an unprovoked fight, is basically what she says. So, yeah, she's very cool. And then Opal comes around, and Bolin is very happy to see her, but she's still pretty upset about everything that happened. And then Lin takes Opal aside and says that nobody is going to be able to come with them, but they can go on a mission to save her family on their own. And Opal is, of course, eager to get to her family, so obviously she agrees to do that. And then Bolin reunites with everyone else outside, and he just apologizes for how ignorant he was being, and he makes up with Mako, and they all share a group hug. Very, very sweet reunion for the entire Team Avatar. Yeah. Then we see Jinora trying to do a little investigating of her own, and she ends up being attacked by the spirit vines, and she tries to get away, but she is caught. So she uses her spiritual power, her astral projection, basically, and says, "Korra, I'm in trouble, help me." So yeah, they immediately head to the Spirit Wilds to try and help her. And then when they get there, they actually find these strange pods that are apparently holding everyone's spirits, including the tour group we saw at the beginning. So Korra tries to use the trick with water bending, where she can purify spirits that Unalaq taught her, but it doesn't work. She can't seem to focus enough to get it to really work. So Korra decides, okay, maybe if I meditate and try to go to the spirit world, that may be a better idea. So she tries, but she sees Zaheer yet again, so she can't get to the spirit world. So they actually leave the Spirit Wilds and talk to Tenzin, and Korra says, I can't even get into the spirit world. I need to face Zaheer in order to save Jinora and the others. So yeah, that's what she goes to do. Meanwhile, Bolin is still trying to win Opal back, and he actually tries to set up a nice little picnic by sending a note with Pabu to her, saying he was in trouble, but he wasn't. But she's still very, very mad, so she just storms off. So yeah. And then we see Asami and Varric. And Raiko tells him that in order to defeat Kuvira's weapon, they're going to have to team up. He's going to need the two best minds in Republic City to come up with a way. So reluctantly, Asami agrees to team up with him. But she warns Varric that if he dares try to double-cross her, she will throttle him. Basically, with a very, very tight hand grip. Korra then arrives where Zaheer is being kept. And she goes in alone to see him. And Korra basically just says that ever since what he had done, things have been terrible for her. She has not been the same. Nobody has confidence in her, and she feels she has no power anymore. And Zaheer actually corrects her and says her power is actually limitless. And here's something that's quite shocking. He actually wants to help Korra get into the spirit world. Why? Because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. He has heard about Kuvira, but he did not know how powerful she had become. So yeah, that old saying. So he actually does. And even though Korra, as they're meditating, sees the whole incident from the Book 3 finale in her head, he tells her to just let it go, accept what happened. That's the only way she'll get in. And she actually makes it. So, what a twist. We go from Zaheer nearly killing her in Book 3 to him actually helping her because the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing. So, very, very interesting. And then we see Rava's emblem kind of appear on Korra's chest, and Korra says hi to her, and Rava says that she has been there all along, and she actually leads her to everyone's spirits. And she asks Rava, what should I do in order to get them out of here? I don't have any power in the spirit world. But Rava again corrects her and says, actually you have loads of power in the spirit world. You just have to use the spiritual energy around you. So, she does, and she is able to free everyone's spirits. Thank goodness. So everyone is alright. And then Korra leaves the prison where Zaheer was, and she's talking with Mako and says that she feels so much better. She actually feels whole again now, and that she has accepted what happened. She'll never be quite over it, but she accepts it and is pretty much ready to move on. And then we see Bolin trying to make up with Opal again, and he says that he understands that she's still pretty mad, and rightfully so, but he's not going to stop trying to win her back because he loves her. Very, very sweet. And Opal is starting to soften up and says that there is one way that he can kind of win her back, kind of. And that is to go with her on that secret mission to rescue her family. And that's where the episode ends. So yeah, quite an interesting episode. Mostly the stuff with Zaheer actually wanting to help Korra this time. But who knows, maybe he's changed a little bit. I mean, he certainly didn't have to do that. But it is mostly the enemy of my enemy is my friend. He doesn't want Kuvira to lead the nation, so I guess that's mainly the reason, but still, it was quite nice for him to do. But very good episode. And now we only have 4 left. It's coming down to the wire where the finale is going to be coming on. In fact, Nickelodeon actually did announce the date of the series finale, which will be December 19th, which I believe is the Friday right before the week of Christmas. So yeah, I guess that's good timing. But yeah, now we know when it's going to end. It's going to be very sad. I'm gonna miss the series a lot. So yeah, get your tissues ready now, because I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of crying. But yeah, that is my review of today's episode, and that is when the finale is going to air. But until next Friday, when episode 10 airs, I will see you guys later.